So we've got actually interesting news now. Putting all that shit to the side. Destiny 2 coming to PC, but that comes with a lot of caveats. Big news for Bungie's Destiny sequel hit today as rumors began to spread about the possibility of a jump to PC via NeoGaf user Bunny A. Jason Schreier of Kotaku corroborated the news and added that Bungie wants the sequel to, quote, feel like a proper sequel, even if it means leaving old planets, characters, and activities behind. However, Schreier also noted that the studio had reorganized their internal staff, placing Luke Smith, the director of Destiny's third expansion, The Taken King, and Mark Noseworthy as director and executive producer on Destiny 2's respectively. He included that, quote, a number of veteran Bungie staffers also left the studio around that time. So what the fuck's going on at Bungie? Destiny 2's a thing.
So, lot to unpack here, right?
Let's do it.
Mostly positive news, what I can gander from that. There's some worrying things for sure. Destiny 2 going to be on PC. Awesome. That's cool. I'm into
like a
that.
dream come true.
Yeah, I'm totally into that. I'll probably end up like, if that is true, I'll probably still main on PS4, but I'll definitely also buy the PC version and kind of play casually on that because I like me some mouse and keyboard. Yeah, the whole like abandoning your, like, maybe they're going to abandon your character or maybe they're not, like, whatever. I'm totally okay with that. I'm someone who's put like 800 hours into this game. I just don't want my accomplishments to go unrecognized in some way. Like, I'd kind of like to keep my emblems and my shaders and stuff, especially because I have like the alpha shader and the beta, or the alpha like emblem and the beta emblem and like the pre-order emblem and like some other ones that you only
get. I really
get
like that like, pre-order emblem. I don't know why, but I really like that one.
It's cool.
Yeah, I've been rocking it.
Yeah, it's you know, I kind of want to keep that stuff, because a lot of it was actually, you know, like my Chatterwhite shader. You know, I had to kill Altheon for that. You know,
I really want that.
Back in the day, you know, it took me 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I kind of want to keep that. Like, I don't really care if you take my Finala's Peril away. I really don't care. Like, that's fine. Like, I understand the whole, like, we gotta, like, this is a new game. It probably maybe has different subclasses altogether, or it's just been like reworked and there's new supers or something. It's like, fine, cool, totally, awesome. Like, let's just go do that, right? But I don't want like everything to go away. I'd kind of like to keep my Grimoire score. I kind of like to keep some of my cosmetics. That stuff, yeah. Yeah, whatever. But the other worrying thing is what you said, like back in April. And let's be clear here. This is all like rumor. Although Jason Schreier is, for the most part,
king
on
of
point.
Scoops,
yeah, king of scoops in terms of Destiny.
Yeah,
all of the scoops.
If this is true, that the plot is being rebooted like again. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh, well, at least this time it's early. Maybe they'll be able to.
No, it isn't.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
so.
maybe we'll be able to have something coherent.
Okay.
Not have like Emily Blunt show up for a hot second and leave and not know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. You're making sense now, because for some reason I had it in my head that like we were only a couple months away from Destiny 2. I don't know why. I don't know why in my head I felt like we were coming up on it. Like,
well, I mean, now all
really
credibility's lost, Josh. So
I don't know, dude. Okay, so but that's still a long time, because this happened with Destiny 1. It was like a year out from release. You know, they got rid of the whole story, and then that's why we got the crappy story we got.
Right, that's true.
And I'm like, this is your shot. Like, this is the time to like rope all those people back in who were like, what story? People still play that game? Like, this is you're gonna get. Kyle, you and I talked about this yesterday. Like, they don't need to sell this game to me. Like, I have played 800 hours, close to 1,000 hours of this freaking game. No signs of stopping. All they have to do is show me a logo, and I'm in. Like,
yeah.
It's other people out there who need convincing. Like, people who played vanilla for a week and never came back. Like never came back for Taken King, didn't come back for Rise of Iron. Like those are the people you got to sell. And you got to like come out at E3 with some crazy demo that shows off like some Call of Duty-esque like action set pieces with like a good storytelling and like a trailer with cutscenes. Like you need to convince them, not me. And
right.
When you reboot the story again, it means that the likelihood that you're going to get, you know, the kind of storytelling that we all expect from like a Bungie game again is like being compromised. It's like,
you know what bothers me the most?
So worrying.
Is like this piece from Jason Schreier has just said how like a lot of people from Bungie left whenever they had the internal restructuring. And at this point, aside from Luke Smith, I don't know many people at Bungie that I remembered being around during the Halo days when I was like really following them. And this is like even late Halo, like Halo Reach and stuff. Because
Right.
Luke Smith, I remember, came on because he used to work at 1UP. I think he got there for Halo 3. I think so. And so like he's still, compared to, you know, like fucking what's his name? Not Jason Jones because he helped make it, but the guy that wrote Recore, God, what is his name? Joe Staten.
Yeah,
Joe Staten, like somebody who's been there for a while, like him or Marty. You know, like these are guys that I like and I follow. And now most of them are out doing either independent games or working at a bigger studio doing whatever. So at this point, I don't know who's still at Bungie that I really like. And it's so weird to watch this happen because when I followed Bungie really closely, the thing that, we were talking about this in chat beforehand, the thing I've always noticed from Bungie was this sort of like societal nature of like, you know, they seemed like friends and like this camaraderie around them. And now to see all of this scandalous stuff happen, how many people are leaving, you know, I just want to pull Jason Jones out from the fucking woodwork and sit him down and be like, why the hell is this happening to the studio that is as huge as Bungie, that has been through the ringer and all this shit? And like, I just don't understand.
That has like over 700 employees.
Oh my God. It's so huge.
Let's think about how big like they're trying to make Destiny 2, like on some level. So they've got 750 plus employees at Bungie alone.
Right.
And then they've got High Moon Studios, who the last game they worked on was Deadpool. They worked on the Transformers games, those really good ones.
Yeah.
Worked on Deadpool. That didn't work out so well. Now they're basically like a satellite Activision studio helping on Call of Duty and now Destiny. And then they've got I cannot remember the name of that studio.
It's something with the V. It's not Visceral.
It's like Vicious something. Like they got those guys over there working on it too. So like they could have upwards of 900 people working on this game.
Right.
Like that's insane. Like that is incredible.
Would you call, not to stay too much longer on this topic, but would you call a Bungie like a Blizzard level studio at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
in terms of size, yeah.
Although it's weird that it's a Blizzard level studio all working on one thing.
That's true. I wanted to ask Dave, what do you mean? Because I think I know what you mean. I want to dive into that. What do you mean, like in size alone, like not in output?
They don't have the experience Blizzard has when it comes to exactly like making the kind of content they need to make for Destiny to make it successful. Like, let's say hypothetically you were to place Destiny in the hands of Blizzard. You know that there would be content for this game on a regular basis, and it would be a lot.
I wouldn't say that. Like,
it's arguable because we've seen
Blizzard had the same problem that
but then again,
Destiny had with World of Warcraft. Like for the last couple expansions, they've said, "Oh, it's going to be faster this time. We're going to get expansions out faster." But every time, there's always these year-long gaps where it's the same raid, like we just went through with Destiny. So I really don't. I love Blizzard to death, but I don't think they could feed the appetite of, you know, the MMO crowd as well, especially with Blizzard having such high quality standards. Like they'll sink $150 million into a game development, and if it's not good, they just cut it out. They're like, nope, let's not make this.
I will say though, at least in terms of quality, I feel like Bungie is fairly similar. I know that the fallout with Destiny's launch probably goes against that point, but from what I've always looked at from Bungie, they've always, to me, felt like a studio that creates a very well polished games, even though like they're like Destiny, very fumbled, very weird when it came out originally with vanilla. I still felt like that was a polished game in terms of like how the minutia of it works. What were you gonna say, Dave? I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
That's cool.
Any more thoughts on Destiny 2 and coming to PC and stuff?
I mean, another thing that we didn't mention that they talked about in this rumor article was that the planets that you would visit would be way bigger, and they would all have their own outposts and towns and stuff that had quests, which sounds like
way better.
Staggering. That sounds amazing.
I can't
but it's like that. And that part got me really excited. I'm like, oh, like you're telling me like I could have a whole like Witcher 3 world map on the moon, and that's just the moon? Like that sounds awesome, you know? But again, like this whole story thing has got me so worried. I'm so scared. Like I love the lore of Destiny, and I love the game so much, and I just want better for it. And it's like you can't just like this is the one, you know, this is where you finally get to live up to its full potential. And it's like if you're gonna do this again, it's like Jason
you know,
Jones,
the most disappointing thing about that to me is like Destiny as a whole is a very enjoyable game, I feel, as it is, but it's like this close to being one of the greatest, you know, like it's this close to just being fucking amazing and everyone plays it. But there's just like a couple of issues that fail at bringing everyone into the fold, you know, like, and I don't mean like becoming a hardcore player like you, Josh, but like for me, I'm a Destiny player. I consider myself a huge Destiny fan, but of course I play by myself, like I've said a million times, so I don't get as invested as you do. But still, I think there's a space for Destiny. Like it could potentially have this huge spread, this wide penetration into like almost everyone's lives, and I feel like it's that close to being considered just one of the greatest like just shooter games in recent memory, akin to how they did Halo, but it's not there.
Yeah, it's like it has like millions of players, and it has like I think the average Destiny player has 100 hours in the game, which is like insane. There's people that boot up games and don't even push start, like let alone put 100 hours into something. So like oh man, it's so frustrating. And I know it's all rumors and stuff, but like, and I would be like, well, let's just wait. But like Jason Schreier again and again, like I think there's very few things that he's written about where it's been like, oh, that didn't actually happen. It's like almost like a 98%.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like people like Jason Schreier, like he tends to write when he has some kind of, you know, verification that he can't say, like he can't name his source, but he knows somebody said it to him.
And he says like multiple sources, like in the article.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it. Like that's what I'm just like, man, because if it had come from any other website, like if it didn't come from Kotaku, I'd have been really skeptical. But because it came from Jason Schreier and Kotaku, and I know like he does amazing work, and usually he's right, like most of the time, I'm just like, God damn it. Like it's like, ugh. Like, I really hope that, like, they just prove us wrong. They come out at E3 and the game just looks amazing and is amazing. Like, I want them to prove me wrong, but I'm really afraid. Afraid.
I share your fear. But, yeah, let's stay optimistic.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anything could happen. Even with this bad news, it could still turn out really good. But moving on.